In Sukhasana, sit nice and tall, chest up, shoulders back and down, and relax your face. We'll begin with Om chant. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in. Inhale. One last time. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in. Hands at the heart center. Inhale, take a nice deep breath. Take the arms behind the head. Reach up. You can tuck your chin towards the chest. Stretch the spine. Exhale, hands at the heart center. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in. Interlace your fingers behind the head. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands at the heart center. One last time. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in. Interlace the fingers behind the head, palms to the sky. Exhale, hands at the heart center. Come on to your hands and knees. We'll warm up the spine, keeping the shoulders in line with the wrist, knees in line with the hips. Inhale, chest and tailbone up. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, round your back. Inhale, chin, throat, and chest up. Drop the abdomen. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone in. One last time. Inhale, chest and tailbone up, drop the abdomen. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone in. And go into Balasana. Bring your hips back onto your heels. Reach your arms forward and tune into your breath. Make the breath slow, deep, and audible. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, come onto your hands and knees. We'll try to balance on hands and knees with one leg and one hand. Reach with the right arm forward and left leg back. And you can look down or look straight ahead and try to balance there for 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the leg down and switch the side. You'll have to use a lot of your core muscles to find the balance there. So with practice, it will come. Relax your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And bring the leg down and relax in Balasana. Inhale, sit in Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose. Sit up with the chest up. Interlace your fingers in the back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward and bring your arms vertically up to the sky. We're trying to warm up the spine. We're trying to open the shoulders to get ready for more asanas and the whole of the practice. Relax there. Take some nice deep breaths there. And then inhale, come up and lie down on your back. We'll do 4 asanas laying down on the back. So the first one is to stretch the leg up. Keep the left leg bent first. Reach the right leg all the way up. And then you may interlace your hands behind the knee If you're a beginner and you cannot reach your toes, and if that feels okay, see if you can reach the toes. So hold the right toe with right index finger, middle finger, and the thumb. And then once you have the nice stretch on the right leg, stretch the left leg on the floor away from you. And then take some nice deep breaths there. This is a very, very good pose to make you understand what the Uddiyana Bandha is, Mula Bandha is. Slowly, with practice, you will access those muscles. And then switch the side. Bring the right leg down. Keep the right knee bent. Reach the left leg up. You may interlace the hands behind the knee or reach the toe. And once that left leg is nice and straight, stretch the right leg on the floor. Really reach strongly with the left leg on the right leg on the floor, as if the base of the right big toe wants to reach away from you. Use the inner thigh muscles to reach away. Take some deep breaths there. And then release. Bring the leg down. And we'll do Pavan Muktasan. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the right shoulder and keep your head resting on the floor. Right knee comes towards the right shoulder, interlace your fingers on the shin, and take some nice deep breaths there. Left leg can be as straight as possible. The face is always relaxed and the breath is always under control. You may stay in Pavan Muktasan. This is a very, very good pose for digestion and also for the back. So if you have back pain, this pose will really help you. And then release and do the other side. Bring the left knee towards the left shoulder and interlace your hands on the left shin and take some nice deep breaths there. And then release and relax. We'll do both the legs together. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, bring both the knees into the chest and try to hold your upper arms if possible. If you're not able to hold your upper arms, just hold the elbows and take some deep breaths there. And then release. We'll do Jathar Parivratasana. Open your arms in a T shape. Arms can be at the level of the shoulder, palms facing up. Now you may take the block between the knees because this is going to really help you access the Mula Bandha. So before we start Jathar Parivratasana, let us just take the block between the knees and try to do 8 repetition of inhalation and exhalation. With each exhalation, we'll squeeze the block. So bring the feet all the way close to your hips. Keep the feet resting on the floor. Relax there. Inhaling, you will relax your leg. The block is still held between the knees. As you exhale, squeeze the block together and see if you can bring the mouth of the cervix in and back and up. Inhale, relax your legs. Exhale, squeeze the block and access your Mula Bandha. Mouth of the cervix comes back and up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze the block and access the Mula Bandha. Inhale, relax the legs. Exhale, squeeze the block together and access the Mula Bandha. Inhale, relax the legs. Exhale, squeeze the block. One more time. Inhale, relax the legs. Exhale, squeeze the block together. This practice is really good to access the Mula Bandha and make the pelvic floor stronger. So now we'll do Jathar Parivratasana. Open the arms in a T shape, palms facing up. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees towards the right elbow. Look to the left. Try to keep the shoulders grounded. Try to move only the lower body. Of course, in the beginning, the whole of the body is going to move, but try and ground the upper body. Inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Exhale, twist to the other side. Bring the knees to the left, look to the right. Try and keep the knees closer to the elbow and try to squeeze the block as you come up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, knees to the right, look to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come back to the center and release the block and relax. Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, open your knees to the side. Feet together and recline bound angle pose. Open the knees to the side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Keeping the hands on the inner thigh, try to open the inner thigh muscles. Again, this is a very, very good pose to understand how to relax the pelvic floor muscles. So just relax there, try to keep the back flat and take some nice deep breaths there. Gently trying to open the inner thigh muscles. After taking few deep breaths, bring the knees together, straighten the legs and recline and go to the right side to do Anantasana. So first stretch the arm, right arm overhead. Once you have a nice length on the right side, bend the right elbow and rest your head on the hand. Now try to stack your hips together and thighs together. You may need a lot of practice in order to do that. And then bend the top leg and stretch the leg all the way up. You may hold the big toe if possible. If that's not possible, hold your ankle or your calf muscles. Maintain the balance using the core muscles. Try and not recline on the back. The leg that's on the floor is also active. This will access all the deeper muscles of the core and help you open the deeper core muscles. Stay there, take some deep breaths. And then release the leg and switch the side. You can go to the left lateral position. First, reach the left arm overhead. Gain nice length on the left side. And then rest your head on the hand. Bend the top leg and try to hold the big toe, calf muscles or the ankles and stretch the leg to the sky. Use more of your core muscles. Gently bring the lower abdomen in and up. That will help you find the balance. Once in the pose, do your best to keep both the legs straight. It will come with a lot of practice. And then when you're done with it, release the leg and lie down on your back. Hug the knees into the chest, roll from side to side, rock back and forth, and bring your hands to the front and tuck your toes in the back to come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, bringing the hips way up and back. Slowly walk forward. Bring your feet towards the hands and come up into a standing pose. We'll do few standing poses before we do Surya Namaskar A and B. Stand in Samastitihi, feet together, chest lifted up. This next 2-3 poses are going to really help you access the Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. palms to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands at the heart center. Inhale, take the arms, interlace the fingers behind the head. You may tuck the chin to the chest if that helps you open the shoulders more. Exhale, bring the hands at the heart center. Inhale, interlace your hands behind the head, reach the arms. This time, exhale, spiral and twist to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, spiral to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, bring the arms to the right and hips to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, go to the other side. Inhale, come back to the center and release and bring your hands to Samasthiti. We'll do Surya Namaskar A that has 9 vinyasas. Ekam, inhale, arms up, join the hands if you can, drishti thumbs. Dve, exhale, swan dive, keep the length in the spine and bring the hands down. Try to fold. You may bend the knees if you have to. Inhale, look up, head up. Exhale, walk your legs back or jump back and come into Chaturanga Dandasana, or you may come all the way down. Inhale, go forward, come into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay there for 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sapta. Look forward and bring your legs forward and come into Ardha Uttanasana. Lift your head. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, come up all the way. Bring your hands together. Look at your hands if possible. And Samasthiti. That was Surya Namaskar A. We'll add a couple more poses to this. That becomes Surya Namaskar B. Feet together. Ekam, bend the knees, squat down. And lift your arms up. Bring the hands together if possible and look at your hands. Dve, bring the abdomen on the chest and try to straighten the legs and fold. Trini, inhale, look up. Chatwari, walk back and come down all the way or come halfway down. Pancha, inhale, upward facing dog. Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta, bring the right foot forward between the hands and bring the hands together, drishti thumbs. Ashto, bring the hand down by the foot. Take the leg back, come into Dandasana, come all the way down or come halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ekadasha, bring the left foot forward to come into Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. Make sure that the knee tracks forward and it does not fall in. Look at the hands and then exhale, bring the hand down, Dwadasha. Come into Dandasana. You may come halfway down or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now relax the spine there. Take some deep breaths. Hastha Bandha, spread the fingers, engage the tip and the root of the fingers. Create a suction in the palms. Arches are lifted up, chest is to the floor, and take some deep breaths there. Panchadasha, look forward, walk or hop, and then inhale, exhale, fold. Bend the knees if you have to. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the chest up, hands together if possible. and then Samastitihi. Very nice. So that was Surya Namaskar B. Now we'll go into the sitting poses. So keeping the feet together or apart, come down slowly to come into Malasana. If you have your heels tight, you may have to keep the feet separate so that the heels come on the floor. Malasana is one of the best asanas for pelvic floor health. So take time to understand and do it. Heels are down on the floor. Once the heels are down, bring the feet together. Then wrap your arms around, hold the heel, drop the head, drop the hips in Malasana. Stay there for a few deep breaths. If that is not possible, you can just keep your chest upright and stay there with the knees separate. All of these asanas come with consistent practice for years and years together. So be patient with yourself. And then slowly sit down for Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. Sit up nice and tall. If your knees don't come to the floor, you may make a diamond shape by bringing the feet away from the groins. If that is easy, only then try to bring the feet close to the body. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands behind and lift the chest up and stay there for a few deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We always want to maintain the length in the spine in all the sitting asanas. So be patient and do that. Now, stretch the legs, separate the legs. We'll do Upavishta Konasana, keeping the legs wide. Sit up nice and tall, bring the hands behind and lift the chest and stay there for a few deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release. Bring the legs together. Just fold forward for Paschimottanasana. Do the best possible forward fold. You may bend the knees initially. Bring the chest on the thighs. And then slowly try to straighten the legs. Catch the big toes or the outer margin of the feet and hold the asana with calm meditative mind. Work on correct alignment. The asana doesn't have to look perfect. As long as the alignment is perfect, you will benefit from the asana. We'll do counter pose to Paschimottanasana, Chatushpada Pithasana. Bring the hands behind, Chatushpada Pithasana. Hands behind, feet close to the hips, knees together, and then press the hands in Hastabandha. Inhale, lift the hips up and drop the head way back. And stay there for a few deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And slowly come down for Janu Shirsasana. Bring the right foot to the left thigh. Bring the right knee back to make 90 degrees angle between the legs. Then inhale, sit up nice and tall and square your shoulders to the left big toe. Then you may catch the toes and keep the knee bent initially and then work on straightening the leg. One leg is straight, left leg is bent 90 degrees and try to fold over the left leg. Right leg is 90 degrees, left leg is straight. Fold in Janu Shirsasana. Deep breathing. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall and switch the side. This time, bend the left leg 90 degrees. Right leg is nice and straight. Sit up nice and tall. And then square your shoulders to the right big toe. And then exhale and fold over the right leg. Keep bringing the right hip back as you do that so that you square the hips. Deep breathing. After you stay in the asana for a few deep breaths, inhale, sit up nice and tall, and release the pose. We'll do twisting pose, Vakrasana. Bring the right foot close to the knee and then cross it over the knee. Hook the elbow to the shin, take the right hand back and look over your right shoulder. And stay in the asana for a few deep breaths. In all the twisting poses, the spine is always nice and long. First, gain the length in the spine, and only once you have length, you twist. And then release and switch the side. This time, bend the left leg. Bring the left foot beyond the right knee. And then hook the right elbow to the shin and look back over your left shoulder. Deep breathing, chest is always up and look all the way to Parshva Drishti. Deep breathing with calm mind for few breaths. And then release and come forward. We'll do one pose to build the strength in the core, Navasana. This is really good for your whole of the back, the spine, and also for the core muscles. For modification, bend the knees and bring the shin parallel to the floor. Support the thighs with the hands. Take some deep breaths there. If that feels steady, squeeze the thighs together and release the arms. Take some deep breaths. If that feels good, straighten the leg, point the toes, and look at the big toes. And try to hold it for a few breaths. This is an excellent pose to build overall strength in the core and the back. Use the modification that works for you. And then release. Knees into the chest and relax there. We'll do Gomukhasana. We'll do a modified version of Gomukhasana. Sit in Vajrasana. You'll just do the arm portion of Gomukhasana. Reach the right arm forward. Spiral the hand from the palms. Internal rotation at the shoulder. And then take the left arm up and clasp your hands together. And then move the elbow out, lift the chest and look up to the sky. Again, Gomukhasana is an excellent pose to bring a good posture and overall balance in the whole system. It also opens your shoulders. Once you've done that few breaths, switch the side. This time reach the left arm forward, spiral the hand so that you do the internal rotation from the left shoulder and take the right arm up and clasp your fingers. If you're not able to hold the fingers, just try to take a strap and walk your hands using the strap. And if all that is not possible, Vaidehi will show us a modified version. Just hold the upper arms, open the chest, and try and sit there for a few deep breaths. We can always do all of the asanas with modification. So do not get discouraged. Wherever you are, just start practicing. And then release and prepare for back bending postures. Come into the prone position, lie down on the tummy. Vajrasana sort of prepares us for back bending postures. Now keeping the arms along the side, palms facing up, feet together. First we'll do Ardha Shalbhasana. Inhale, raise the right leg up, point the toe, keeping both the hips in one plane. Just lengthen the spine. That's all you do with calm mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the leg, look to one side, turn your head and relax. Now we'll switch the side, chin back onto the floor. Press the tops of the hand on the floor and raise the left leg way up and away from you. As if you want to lengthen the left waist, internal rotation at the hip joint. And with calm mind, take some deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the leg down, turn your head to one side and relax. Again, Shalbhasana is an excellent practice to build overall core strength. Remember, pelvic floor is also connected to the hips and the core, and all of that is connected. So we need an overall balance in the body. Okay, now bring the chin to the floor, interlace your hands in the back, or you bring the tops of the hand on the floor. And inhale, lift the chest, lift the thighs, and go into Purna Shalpasana. Keep calm mind, focus on the breath. Okay. After taking few deep breaths, bring the legs down, turn your head to one side and relax. We'll do Sphinx pose next. Bring your arms all the way to the front and then walk your elbows close to your body. And once the shoulder and elbow are in one line, inhale, lift the chest and stay there for a few deep breaths. If you like, you can even cup your hands, but as long as your chest is lifted up and your shoulders are engaged, stay there for a few deep breaths. And then come down and relax before we do Dhanurasana. For Dhanurasana, bend the knees, hold the ankles, and lift the chest, lift the thighs. If both is not possible, just lift the legs or lift the chest. And slowly with practice, you will be able to lift both. Nice deep breath, mind is relaxed, drishti is at the tip of the nose, but yet it is relaxed. Don't stare. Just relaxed gaze at the tip of the nose. And then bring the legs down and turn your head to one side and relax. Now press your hands and go back into Balasana. We'll do Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, one of the best poses for pelvic floor. So you'll lie down on your back. You'll keep your feet nice and wide, close to the hips as possible. Bend the legs, bring the feet close to the hips. Separate the feet so that feet are nice and wide. Okay. You can press the hands on the floor or hold the ankles. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Exhale, come down. We'll do that 5 times. On the 5th one, we will hold it. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Exhale, bring the hips down and relax. Do it with control and coordinate the movement with the breath. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, bring the hips down. On the last one, we'll interlace the fingers on the floor. Inhale, lift the hips up. Tuck one shoulder in, tuck the other shoulder in, and squeeze the shoulder blades and try to lift the hips up. Use more and more of your legs in the back bending postures that will help you release the spine. You might have a burning feeling in the front of your thigh. Be patient, your muscles are getting stronger. And after taking few deep breaths, bring the legs down. Hug the knees into the chest, roll from side to side, release your whole back. Now we'll do a very basic inversions, Viparati Karani, by the wall. This is an alternate to shoulder stand and headstand. So as a beginner, we don't want to straight go into shoulder stand or headstand. Instead, we do the legs over the wall. So sit by the wall with the hips very close to the wall. Once your hips are touching the wall, swing your legs up the wall and try to bring your hips very close to the wall. We are coordinating the movement with the leg and the breath. So what we'll do, as we inhale, we'll open the legs. As we exhale, we'll bring the feet together and squeeze the thighs together. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, separate your legs. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together, access the pelvic floor, bring the cervix back and up. Inhale, open the legs. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together, bring the cervix back and up. Inhale, open the legs. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together and Mula Bandha. One last time. Inhale, open the legs. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together and Mula Bandha. Cervix back and up. And release, relax there for a few breaths. You may now separate the legs. Keep the legs up the wall, relax the arms and just stay there. You don't have to separate them very wide, just separate as long as it's comfortable. And let go of all the efforts. Let go even of the control of the breath. Just watch the breath and watch the abdomen go up and down with your breath. Viparati Karni is an excellent pose at the end of the day if you feel fatigued. Just do this pose and stay in the pose for 5 to 10 minutes. It will really help decompress all the congestion that is there around the pelvic floor. And it will also bring in relaxation. To take time out to rest is an extremely important part of healing. So when we are trying to heal from any of the ailments, we must make sure that our lifestyle is in alignment with our asanas. We make sure that we eat the food that is conducive for asana practice. Taking sattvic bhojan, mittahar, food that is full of life and prana, vibrant, healthy. Eat it in the right quantity, with the right mindset, sitting with the family, relaxed mind. After doing the bhojan mantra, you take your food. Remember, food is yajna. Once you have done the Viparati Karni for nice few minutes, then you may bend the knees, hug the knees into the chest, and then roll to one side and come out of the pose. And then we'll sit in Sukhasana. We'll do one pranayam practice, Kapalabhati. This is actually one of the Shat Kriyas. So if you are a beginner, you will sit nice and tall in Sukhasana. You can even sit in Vajrasana, Virasana or Padmasana or Ardha Padmasana. Left hand will relax in the lap. Hips, back, neck and head in one straight line. Exhale, empty out completely. If possible, Ujjayi. If you don't know what Ujjayi breath is, for now just exhale completely. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in and begin. And then interlace your hands. Keep the hands in Linga Mudra. Left thumb crosses the right, hands face the bladder and stay there. Gather your mind at the third eye center. Don't control your breath, just observe your breath. So no need to do Kapalabhati very fast. Just do it slowly till you really understand how it has to be done. Then gradually you can build the speed up. Asanas and pranayam have to be learned under a guidance for a long period of time with understanding. We'll do 2 more rounds of Kapalabhati. You may bring the right hand on the abdomen just to understand what we are doing. When we are exhaling, the exhalation is forceful. We are stroking the spine with the rectus abdominis. Inhalation happens on its own. There is no effort in inhalation. So exhale, empty out completely. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in and begin. We'll do 10 strokes. Relax your hands in Linga Mudra. Gather your mind at the third eye center and stay there. It is important to do some of the Shat Kriyas before you start the asana and pranayam practice, so that you detoxify the body of all the toxins that you have gathered with the lifestyle that is not conducive for asanas. One last time. Left hand relaxes in the lap. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, Ujjayi, or deep breath in, and begin. And then relax, interlace your hands in the Linga Mudra. Gather the mind at the third eye center. And for few moments, take time to just stay there. Maybe you can even do the japa of Om sound or any mantra of your choice. All of the 8 limbs of yoga have to be always practiced. Asana, pranayam, and dhyana is only 3 of the 8 limbs. Yam, niyam is the foundation of yoga. Without yam and niyam, asanas do not bring yoga. And then once done, you may relax in Shavasana. Ideally, we do Shavasana after the asana practice and then we do pranayam. But for the sake of time, we just did it in this sequence. And we'll conclude with the Shanti mantra. Sit nice and tall. Inhale. सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः त्वदीयं वस्तु गोविन्द तुभ्यमेव समर्पये त्वदीयं वस्तु गोविन्द तुभ्यमेव समर्पये Very nice. Exactly 45 minutes.